AdamHarry with
JayArr.
We're both from BoLS. Today we're talking about the brand new Nighthaunt Battle Tome. Battle Tomb. It's a tomb because they're dead. It's a tome. Anyway, I really like this book. You can touch it. The Nighthaunts are not a new faction. They were introduced kind of with the Legions of Nagash, but they're back with a brand new book, and I like it. It's good.
It too.
It's a full-fledged army. A lot of new models. There's a lot of new stuff in here.
There is.
There's a lot of old stuff in here.
Yeah.
But in aggregate, it forms a brand new army. And
yeah, they were introduced in the Legions of Nagash book, as you mentioned before. But
yeah.
Let's crunch some numbers.
Yes.
Talk about what exactly is in this ghostly tome. Oh no, my hand goes right through.
Ooh, it's screen magic. First off, there are 21 units total in this book, and that's some old favorites, old classics that got redone, like the Black Coach and
all the new
Hex Rates. Some new hotness, like the Chain Rasp Hordes and all the 3 new heroes.
The 3 heroes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah. There are 3 endless spells, speaking of 3s, because good and bad things come in 3.
Apparently.
Or multiples thereof, because there are 15 artifacts.
And those are actually over 3 charts. I'm taking a train here. Yeah, it's getting weird. There are 8 battalions, so we're breaking that up.
Good.
There are 8 different battalions to choose from when you're putting this together. And spell-wise, there's a brand new lore.
Yeah, the lore of the underworld.
Yeah, it's 6 spells as well.
There are 6 command traits as well.
And then finally, there's also battle traits for the army as a whole. One of those is actually the fact that anytime you take a wound, you get a 6-up save.
Ooh.
If you play a Nighthaunt army. So pretty good.
That's pretty good.
We're going to cover a couple of units in here and some new stuff. We're not going to go through everything. We're just going to keep it moving here. So the first thing I want to talk about is actually one of my old favorites, which is the Black Coach.
Oh, yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
This, like, having seen the new model, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
You can find pictures on BellofLostSouls.net.
Yep.
Where we have talked about it before. It looks like so
they showed it off in the teaser video. It's been redone and resculpted. If you remember the old one, it looks a little anemic, but it was a product of its time, being a metal model. But now this plastic version looks like it's just amazing.
Yeah.
The Black Coach is weird. It has gotten a rules update, thankfully.
Yeah.
But it's the Black Coach in the lore is basically a carriage containing the remains of like a vampire, necromancer, or somebody really infused with necrotic energy, and it feeds off the living, and magic in general, and the magic of death. It's got a damage table, so based on the number of wounds it suffered, it's going to change up. It starts at 14 inches and goes down all the way to 6-inch move. It also has a number of attacks. The extra spirit host floating around have. That changes. It starts with 9 attacks for that and drops down to 5.
Wow, that's a lot, right? Like so on top of the let's see how many attacks this thing can put out, right?
First off, you have the Karn Wraith Reaper Scythe, the guy driving the coach.
He's got 3
attacks, hitting on 4s, wound on 3s, -1 render for those, 2 damage. That's pretty good.
Pretty good.
There's also the Karn Wraiths. This is another attack, but there's a melee version and a missile weapon version of this. The Karn Wraith Soul Reach Grasp as a range attack, as a 10-inch range 1 attack, 3s across the board.
Right. So you can always shoot something.
Yeah, you shoot one thing, hit on 3 up, wound on 3 up, rend with a -3, and D3 damage.
That's pretty spicy.
But in close combat, it also can be used. It's 3-inch range, 1 attack, 3 to hit, 3 to wound, still 3 to rend, and 3 damage.
That's 4 attacks.
4 attacks so far. The Karn Wraith's Soul, we just did that one, sorry. Relic Bearers, Spectral Claws, that's what we talked about.
Spirit Hosts.
Ranges from 9 to 5.
So,
let's start with 4 plus 9.
That's 13.
13. And then,
on top of that,
the horses pull in the cart.
Yep, they get to do it too.
8 attacks.
So that's 21, or, no, that's
13 plus 8 is 21
attacks.
Yeah. Just from this, it is a behemoth.
It is a behemoth.
On top of all of that stuff, the big thing about this, the Black Coach, is it still has that Evocation of Death chart. It has changed up quite a bit. There are 5 levels, and they are cumulative. They used to be that the old black coach rule was like for each wizard nearby, you roll a die, and on like a 5 or a 6, I think, you get another level. So you would start it off with a bunch of wizards nearby trying to generate things.
But now it just sort of levels up.
Yeah. For every black coach that you have, that black coach rolls... like if I have 2, this is 2 separate things. So one black coach rolls 3 dice at the start of each battle round. On a 4+, that coach gains a level.
Woo!
And it just stays around. So you roll hot one around, you might get 3 levels. They are cumulative again. First off is Nimbus of Power. On your hero phase, you can heal D3 wounds that go to the model. In addition, you can have a 1 friendly summonable Nighthaunt unit wholly within 12 inches and return D3 slain models to that unit.
Then you've got Unholy Vigor at the 2nd level, which lets you re-roll hit rolls of 1 for all your melee weapons, of which there are 21.
Yeah, which is pretty good.
And you can run and charge in the same turn. So you're with a movement that starts at 14 and goes down to 6. You're gonna get in there.
Yeah, that was on the 3rd level. You've got Spectral Scythes. After this model completes a charge move, pick an enemy unit within 1 inch of this model and roll a die. On a 2+. That unit suffers D3 mortal wounds just for getting in there.
And then, of course, you've got at the 4th level Insubstantial Form, which lets you retreat and charge in the same turn.
Because that's not being a jerk enough, there's also the 5th level, which is Witchfire. In your hero phase, roll a die for each enemy unit within 3 inches of this model. On a 4+, that unit suffers D3 mortal wounds. And just, if that wasn't enough already, there's still more.
My favorite ability name ever, forever.
Reap like corn?
Reaped like corn!
Yeah.
But with a C, not a cage.
Right. The Reaper Scythe, you can reroll failed hit rolls if the unit has 5 more models.
Yeah.
And then there's also Frightful Touch, which is if you roll 6s, it does more. Yeah. The icing on the cake for all this, of course, is that this is the Black Coach. It's part of the Nighthaunt, so of course it's going to have Fly. And of course it's going to be ethereal.
It's ethereal, so...
It's got a 4-up save, which means...
No matter what.
You've just got a 4-up save, which... It's pretty crazy.
That's pretty crazy.
So again, that's as a new model that's of an old favorite. It's definitely get on up there. There's a couple other units we want to touch on real fast.
Yeah.
One of them is the Blade Geist Revenants.
New model for a new favorite.
Yeah.
Actually, having looked at these guys. So
these guys are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just want to point out this is one of the units that as of filming right now, Games Workshop hasn't really shown this one off too much. So. I'm pretty excited about this one.
Good on you for tuning in. Yeah, these guys seem really cool. They are armed with a Tomb Great Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is basically a 2-handed sword. These guys are wraiths, obviously. They look like the scythe guys, but they have 2-handed swords. Pretty sweet. They're not a battle line unit.
No.
But they, well, that's because they're a little bit better than the baseline units.
Yeah.
I really like this unit.
I like them a lot as well.
They can fly and they're ethereal. Let's get that out of the way real fast. They have a 4-up save.
They have an 8-inch move, and they do 2 attacks each, hitting and wounding on 3s, with a rend of -1 and 1 damage. Pretty good, pretty standard.
Yep. They are also summonable, which is a big deal. It's one of the keywords.
Yeah. So they can just get models added back to their unit.
Yep. One of their abilities is called Fearful Frenzy, and that one allows you to reroll failed hit rolls for attacks made by this unit if they're wholly within 12 inches of a Spirit Tormentor or Chain Ghast, which you're going to want to run those because they buff your army anyway.
And then on top of that, there's also Whirling Death, so they can retreat and charge in the same turn, and if it makes a charge in that turn, if it does that, right? Like if it charges or if it retreats and charges, you add 1 to the attack's characteristic of these units, Tomb Great Blades, if it made a charge move in the same turn. So...
You're basically getting 3 attacks on the charge.
Yeah. Which is pretty spicy. And how many of these guys can hang out in a unit?
You can take, I believe it's 5 to 20 in a unit.
That's a significant number.
Yeah. That's, if you take a full unit of 20, you get the discount on points. And if you get a charge off with a full unit of 20...
That's 60 attacks.
3s and 3s with a -1.
3s and 3s with a -1. And you're getting buffed from your Spirit Torment.
Some rerolls going.
Tormentor and your Chain Ghast.
Yeah, and if you get tied up in that combat and you don't like it, you can always retreat and recharge.
Charge this guy again.
The next thing we want to talk about is another unit, the Drade Blade Harrow.
Whoa, man.
These guys are cool. They're like the mounted scout cav, but they're like solos.
Ooh.
So they kind of show up in front of your army, and just kind of pop into existence, cause trouble, and then fade away and do crazy stuff.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah, they have a 12-inch move base, but you're probably not going to use that too often, and we'll get to why in a minute. 5 wounds, 4 up save, but they can fly and are ethereal.
They're ethereal, so that just happens.
And just because they have a bravery of 10, because why not?
Well, for a unit of like ghosts, cowards, and or an army of ghosts, cowards, criminals, and all that stuff who've come back to life, they are incredibly brave because they're all bound in Nagash's will.
Yeah, I mean this is a single model unit anyway, but anyway, weapon wise, it's got a Dreadblade, which is pretty mean. 1 inch range, 3 attacks based, hitting on 3s, 1 on 3s, -1 rend, 1 damage. You see that a lot.
You get your ghostly hooves and teeth from its mount, which hits on 4s, wounds on 5s, 2 attacks, so 5 attacks total. But
couple of abilities that we want to go over real fast. The Dreadblade itself, you can actually add 1 to the damage characteristic of that attack if you made a charge in the same turn, and you can add 1 to the attack characteristic of the blade if it did not make a charge move in the same turn.
So if you charged, you're doing 2 damage on every attack. If you don't charge, you're getting 4 attacks.
Yeah, so kind of a weird thing if you stuck in. Curse of Loyalty allows you to reroll wound rolls of 1 for attacks made with your Dreadblade while you're within 9 inches of a Knight of Shrouds.
And that's
either version, by the way, the mounted version or the on-foot version.
And that's something we've seen a lot of too, is like characters that get an extra special boon to themselves for being within a radius of a character.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned at the top of this that they have that 12-inch move, which is kind of nice. But I also said you're probably not going to use it as much as you think. JayArr, read that one.
Phantasmal Discorporation. So if your model is outside of the 3-inch engaged in melee range at the start of your movement phase, you can just take them off. You disappear, and you set them back up within anywhere that's more than 9 inches from enemy models.
Yeah.
So like, hey, I need to get over across the table, and I'm not in combat. Great.
I need to go get to an objective. I need to go harass your ranged units. You can still charge that turn. It doesn't prevent you from charging.
Yeah, you just sort of show up, and that's at the start of your movement phase. So you can still charge afterwards and all that.
Yeah, pretty good stuff. This army is a lot of fun, I think. There's a lot of cool synergies that they run with.
A lot of flexibility to the like units as well, because like you can customize your playstyle by picking a different commander or hero or whatever.
Yeah, and there's a lot of benefits to running your heroes with your big blocks of units, I think, and they are surprisingly tough.
Yeah.
With a 4-up ethereal armor save, you're not taking any minuses, but you're not getting any benefits. But 50-50 shot on any type of wound. And you get the 6-up save just for being dead already.
Just for being a Nighthaunt.
So if you take a wound, mortal wound or regular wound, there's a chance you might ignore it too. So
fun fact about the Black Coach.
Yeah.
Nagash got the idea for it after watching Darby O'Gill and the Little People.
It's a true statement. He said it. It's true that you said it.
It happened.
Anyway, that's it for this quick tour of the Nighthaunts. There's a ton more stuff in here. Lots of cool lore, we mentioned it earlier. Lots of cool art, lots of cool rules, lots of cool models.
Lots of cool things.
We didn't even talk about the endless spells.
Oh, we didn't. Let's.
Should we just? You know what? We're gonna keep going.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you about this. We were getting ready to say goodbye, but we've saved the best for last.
Don't fear the Reaper unless it's the Shaiish Reaper.
Yeah, and in which case, be afraid of this thing because it is a predatory endless spell. It has a casting value of 7. You set it up wholly within 6 inches of your caster. It moves up to 8 inches and can fly.
Yes.
And so what it does is it is a it's like the Aether Void Pendulum, if you know how it works. So you set it up, and you have to like set it up specifically with facing. So like it matters if the site.
It's a long.
You set it
up long ways.
Right. And then you move it in a straight line in that direction.
Yep.
But unlike the Aether Void pendulum, this one doesn't just go back and forth. It can like sweep around. It can.
Yeah,
scythe.
it can pivot. Every model that it goes over has to take a save, or you roll a die.
Yeah, and this one's real interesting.
And that includes models that you pivot over.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So you roll a die for every model that you move it over, and if you equal or beat their save characteristic, they suffer a mortal wound, or that unit suffers a mortal wound, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Because, like, the better your armor, the more likely you are to be reaped by this thing.
Yeah, so if you're fighting somebody with a bunch of 3-up jerk saves like Stormcast Eternals, you can just send this Reaper over them. On a 3-up, they're taking a wound.
Yeah.
An immortal wound on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It's great. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Like, elves are gonna be fine because they're like, I got a 5-up save. And you're like, well.
Or Skaven. Skaven are like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But it's a really cool way to deal with some heavy armor guys.
Yeah.
On top of that, too, if you are fighting in the realm of Shaiish, it's actually gonna move 12 inches instead of 8, just because it's deadly.
It's really good.
So yeah, that's for real this time. We're done. That is all the Nighthaunt's goodies. We're gonna be talking about books out soon if it's not already. Yeah.
I'm JayArr.
I'm AdamHarry.
We're both from Battle of Lost Souls. Thanks
for watching. Click to subscribe. Check out more videos. And thanks for watching.